This Malayalam film nails its main character so well that it can turn into a franchise. How is that? Let's talk about it. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and today we're talking about the latest Malayalam film, Dominic and the Lady's Purse. It's the Malayalam debut of Gautham Vasudev Menon, and yet again I caught the first day first show of the film, which was at 7 pm but technically a first day first show. And yet again it's been a good year, able to catch the latest releases in theaters. Now since the film was announced, I was really excited for it. Of course it stars Mammootty, who is on a roll doing different things. Then its name and the poster, which was very unique. It told you it's gonna be something different, and it being a Malayalam debut of the big Tamil director. I also caught up on the director's interviews and got to know the behind the scene, how this film came into existence, and it's actually a very inspiring story. They had this idea for a long time, but they couldn't find which actor to go to, and the director had the hunch that Mammootty will definitely do this film. And when they went to him, of course after listening to it, he agreed to it. And the director's words, within 10 days they were shooting the film, and Mammootty even came on board as a producer. The concept of the film is quite different and many stars would not do it, but knowing the kind of work Mammootty was doing, he knew he would accept this film. And that's what makes Mammootty so relevant today. And the more interesting thing is that this is a director who has faced so many issues to release his films in the past. There's a full film with a big star waiting to release for 6 years now. So for him, it's definitely a fresh of breath there, which Malayalam cinema has given him. That within 6 months from narrating the story, the film already came out. Now all this praise also leads to a problem with the film, that the film feels rushed. It needed more time to be fleshed out. The story is very solid. It sets up a detective on his first major case. It is engaging. It has that vibe of, typical detective story, and it's actually very complex and layered. The twists and turns really work. It's also not a linear investigation. There's a lot many things happening. The case actually doesn't start with a murder. It's in the title itself, a lady's purse, and how that leads to many revelations and the plot thickens. Now the execution works mostly, but for me there were a few loose points. I felt the filmmaking was quite average, again because they didn't get too much time to prep. Be it the camera work, the composition, the editing, it felt very choppy at moments. They had some stylistic moments during the investigation, but they were just very few in between. I felt the lack of an atmospheric tension. Yes, the film also has humor, but it's not slapstick. So at least at the moments the film gets serious, the tension doesn't hold too high. It's definitely the last 20-25 minutes where the pace definitely picks up as things are coming to a conclusion. Personally, I couldn't see that ending coming. Now, I don't know if I can really put this film in the box of Malayalam cinema, because it's very different in its treatment than what we get generally, especially in a mystery thriller. And I think that comes from the director itself. Like, it was not in my bucket list of 2025 that I would see Mammootty lip syncing a song and dancing. So that actually stood out to me. And I was thinking, when was the last time I saw a Malayalam film where the actors are actually singing the song and dancing on it? That's not something you associate with Malayalam cinema that much, specifically in this genre. I also felt the secondary characters didn't add too much to the film. What elevates this film is the main character and the way it's performed by Mammootty. It's a blend of a veteran actor who doesn't shy away and is willing to experiment with his image, doesn't carry the baggage of stardom, with the writing of a main lead where there is no inhibition that you have to show him in a certain way, that he's the hero of the film. He need not fit that mold. I was actually trying to list down all the attributes our detective CI Dominic has. He's a freeloader but skillful. He's selfish. He's a con man but dependable. He has good deduction skills. He's street smart, can adapt to situations really well, but is a big fat liar. He is shady, but at least he is good at heart. He has passion for what he's doing. He's lonely too, and maybe doing all of this to fill that void. Basically, he's a complex human being, which all of us are, but to get that right in a film is very difficult, which this film is able to pull off. And it can only happen when you have such pairing, where there's confidence, there are no insecurities, there are no doubts, where producer gives freedom to the creative people. It's not just the actor Mammootty who brings out his character so well, he fleshes him out brilliantly on screen, and the character's unpredictability keeps you on the edge of the seat because you don't know what he's gonna do next. But it's also the producer Mammootty who made this project possible, who gave the freedom to the director, writer, the actor to do what they really want to do. See, as a whole film, it's fine. It's an above average thriller. The twists and turns work, it keeps you engaged, but it's not extraordinary. And recently, when you had so many outstanding thrillers, this one doesn't leave a big impression on you. But it's the iconic character they have created with the help of the megastar, which has a lot more fuel in it to go really far. It can really turn into a franchise or a streaming show, because the character is so strong, it can carry 8-episode season. Just like how we have Shrikant's Family Man, Hathiram's Patal Lok. We could have Dominic the Detective. It could be megastar's first foray into web series, and that sounds exciting to me. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Here you can check out my thoughts on another recent Malayalam thriller, and I will see you next time.